That was my patented toughness test you saw right there. It's cold outside in December. Not entirely sure I was supposed to do that with the PC either. But anyway, this video answers the most important question you've ever had, which is, should you build your own PC or should you instead buy a pre-built? It also answers what's really good value to performance in terms of PC parts at the moment, because I thought that was quite an important thing to tell you since Christmas is coming up soon. So what I did was, I asked a couple of PC manufacturers to send me through a PC between £650 and £800, which is roughly $1,000. My reasoning being, at that kind of price point, you generally get the best price to performance. So if you want best bang for your buck, that's kind of the area you want to aim for. Of the 3 or 4 PCs I got offered, the one I felt was the best value was this one, the Gladiator Computers Apocalypse. Reason being, I don't think you can self-build this cheaper, well, very much cheaper than the price it costs for the pre-build. So I figured the best first test would be to see how cheaply I could buy all the parts in the PC, as if I was going to build the PC myself. I decided to only buy from reputable sellers. Well, I didn't actually buy them, but only look up reputable sellers, because I figured if you're buying a £270 graphics card from XX Captain Noob on eBay, he probably hasn't got a very good returns policy if it turns out it's not working. So yeah, I decided to only use reputable sellers. The PC's got in it an Intel Skylake A5-6400. These only came out about 2 months or so ago. It's not actually the best price to performance though in the 6 series. That's the 6500, which is only, I think, £10 or $15 more expensive. So there's no reason not to upgrade to that, because that in the 6 series is the best price to performance. The graphics card is an Asus GTX 970 Strix. Also one of the best priced performance cards you can get. They sell for about £270, and I would always say go with Nvidia if you ever want to consider recording anything on your PC, because Shadowplay is so good. It's also got 8GB of Corsair Vengeance DDR4 RAM, 3000MHz, really good RAM that, on an Asus Z170E motherboard. This doesn't include Windows 10 though. Not that that's always a problem for some people, but it's about £80 on top if you did buy that. In total though, and by all means check the prices yourself, what you're seeing here is me screenshotting the cheapest price in the last 3 weeks for each of the parts. It would cost you £749.99 to buy the PC pre-built. That's with delivery, everything together. You literally just plug it in and play straight away. If you bought the parts to self-build it, it would cost you £741.39. So it's about £8 cheaper to buy all of the parts and build it yourself. In fact, that's probably not even the case, because I haven't included in the self-build price the improved fans they've got, any lighting if people wanted that, any extra wires you need, or any kind of like wire clippy things. So if you wanted all that, it would probably cost you more to self-build it than to buy the pre-built. I was really quite surprised. That's why I've checked for like 3 weeks, because I thought maybe it was just a cheap week or something. But a lot of people, I think, have this, when people say, oh, you got a self-build, some people just go, oh my god, that's going to be ridiculous. I'm just going to get a console instead because I can plug it in and play it, and then I know it'll just work and be good. But a pre-built PC like this, I mean, I did admittedly spend about 15 minutes trying to get into the packaging. I'd use my dog as like a PC can opener. Don't ask me how, but it was very effective. And then it only took me 5 minutes after that, because Windows 10 was already installed on it, to get it ready to actually put a game. And then it's just how quickly you can download it before you can play. So if you got a quick connection, you could get the PC at your house and play within 30 minutes. I'm going to share the performance now though of this PC in some of the new games that have come out. First of all, Fallout 4 runs beautifully on this PC. It's a real pleasure to play, but there is a small issue with Bethesda games on PC in that if you let the frame rate just go as high as it possibly can do, then physics go weird, you like fly all over the place. This is more of a problem in Skyrim with the mountains. And also the audio doesn't sync, which is sometimes quite interesting when you've decided to like kill one of the characters, but they haven't actually got to that part of the dialogue yet. So yeah, I've locked the frame rate to 72, which is half my monitor's one, because it runs nice and smoothly at that, and everything was great. Runs beautifully, as I said. Star Wars Battlefront. good game to test, this one, because pretty much all EA's games are based on the Frostbite engine. This game is as well, and Battlefield 5, if you're looking for a PC for that, is also going to be based on it as well, so you can expect very similar frame rates from this game to that. I put all the graphics on as high as they will go. I also did that on Fallout, and decided to play on the Forest Endor map because it's probably the most beautiful map I've ever seen in a multiplayer game, and unbelievably it held usually between 85 and 95 frames per second the entire time, so really, really smooth.
Y-wing targeting systems locked. Skywalker's got your back.
Black Ops 3. As you'd expect, with it not being the most graphically demanding game, it ran beautifully well. Small problem though on PC with Call of Duty games in that mouse movement is linked to frame rate. So if you let the frame rate just go all over the place, then your mouse movement becomes really wacky. So I had to lock the frame rate to 90. I'd put all the graphical options on Ultra and it never dropped below that. So great experience. Ark Survival Evolved, the game which has taken over from Crysis as being the one that hammers absolutely everybody's PC. It's very graphics card intensive, this game. I decided to come to the laggiest possible part of the map. I had to lower my settings down a little bit to get it running close to 30 frames per second. Bear in mind, on my main PC I only get like 35 to 40 when I'm recording, and so what you're seeing here is pretty good. I actually changed up my graphics settings here to what I would usually play on when I record, and it's not quite playable on this. I had to actually make the graphics settings lower because you're only getting like 15-16 frames per second, but when I got it 30 frames per second plus, you can actually see the difference in what I had to lower is very little between the two. Counter-Strike. I didn't actually bother recording the frames for this because it was over 200. This is just a clip from playing on this PC. Runs beautifully well, as you would expect, as Counter-Strike is obviously really well optimized.
One more.
Arma 3, another good game to test because compared to Ark, which is very graphics card intensive, this game is very processor intensive. I'd got a lot of mods running at the same time with this to really test it out. I set all the graphics options as high as they would possibly go, pretty much. I turned off blur and stuff because I don't like how that looks. To show you frame rate, I have to show you in single player in this game because unfortunately in the multiplayer, the frame rate you get is linked to what the server gets. So if the server's only getting like 20 frames per second, you will only get 20 frames per second, even if your computer could get even more. For some reason, the game only uses like 30% of your graphics card. It's just built like that. But this map, a really beautiful, detailed one, and really happy with the frame rate that this is getting. This is basically as detailed as Arma 3 can possibly get. If you got the 6500 instead of the 6400, you'd get even better performance. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. That was useful, especially for some people, because it can be very daunting choosing a PC. I've linked in the description a list of all the parts that are in the PC, and I've also put a link through to Gladiator Apocalypse's customization page, which is what you're seeing there. Because at the moment, I think for a pre-built, it is fantastic value, and the performance is really, really good as well. Also, if you do happen to know about PCs and what parts are the best, send me a message through, because I'm trying to assemble like a crack team, kind of, because obviously I don't know which parts are best from, like, if you live in America, where to get them from, or where the best parts to get from, you know, Germany or something like that. So if you're from those different countries, send me a message on YouTube, good to get on Skype or something, and then I can keep people updated with what the best things are in different countries. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next chapter.